Hey everybody, today's Sunday Drive is going to take you through 4 seasons. We're going to talk a little 55 plus, a little bit about living on a golf course, and a very special homage to The Sopranos, specifically the ending of The Sopranos. We'll explain why near the end of the video. Stay tuned.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
I'm making a U-turn. Okay. Good
Well,
morning.
Welcome, my friends, to the drive that never ends. we go again.
Yes.
Okay.
So first of all, we're at a gated entrance, guard gated entrance here at Four Seasons Community. So bear with me.
I'll fast forward the thing, or
Okay.
unless I come up with something brilliant to say, I got nothing.
No.
Well, this is how a gate works.
Yes.
So,
Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
We are a listing agent for 2225 Antilles Club. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so guard gated community. There was an
Right.
example. Now I fast forwarded through it like in real time, so we could kind of see it go.
Okay.
But
That's how it works. You have to stop. You show them your driver's license. There are some communities where they have to call the resident to
Yep.
make sure that you're allowed to come in. Sometimes your name is left on a list. It works different ways for different
Yep.
communities. This community is actually still selling, so you just want to loop around a little bit.
well, I want you to go to our listing first, because that, by the way, we have this is a great opportunity.
It's a great opportunity.
So, but today, we're at 4 Seasons. We're going to talk a little bit 55 plus, but we're going to talk mostly about living on a golf course because they do live on a golf course here.
They do.
However,
Most of them.
they don't actually live on a golf course right now. They live on big empty fields because
Right.
there's some it's coming back to life, the golf course. So we're coming up on the listing. You'll see it out the right side. The right side, yeah.
It'll be on the right side,
Okay. Beautiful listing.
Right there.
Right there. There it is.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful, and again, I see your lockbox on there.
I
I'm
love
so
it.
happy.
I love it.
But there's a golf course back there. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about kind of what it's like to live on a golf course. Do you want to live on a golf course? Should you live on a golf course? And we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff because that's just the way we do it, Amy.
It's the way we do it. So here's the thing, though. So I think it's really important as we go through a golf course and then also kind of this golf course because it's very different. Sometimes, like for this particular community, they live near and on a golf course, but it's not part of this community's HOA. And that's
Good point.
that's really different because there are some communities where you are in a golf course community and you have golf memberships and it is part of your HOA.
Yep.
That is not the case here. One of the things, and I know we're going to talk about it a little bit more, but one of the things, like for instance, for this particular community, I'm assuming it will be the same once it goes under the new ownership, and you can see in front of us that they are definitely getting the fields or the course back to which way you want me to go?
I want you to go to the models, and then we'll loop through there, and then we'll go maybe to the golf club, and then we'll
show the amenities and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing that's really interesting about this particular one here at Four Seasons, and again, assuming everything remains the same. So, the clubhouse at Mystic Dunes, yes,
Mystic Dunes, yes, ma'am.
has a restaurant, right? And what's nice is that the restaurant has an ABC license, right? So one of the things that's nice for the people who live in this community of Four Seasons is that you have the ability to go on your golf cart to the clubhouse and have dinner, but your HOA fees are not paying the ABC license for that.
Oh, killer. Yeah.
So that's one of
Were you going to go to the models? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm sorry. I don't look around.
Okay, we'll make the loopy.
But anyway, I think that's really kind of important to note because, many times when I've been here with clients, going through our little golf course tour with the builders and the site agents and everything.
Yep.
That was always one of the things that I thought was the most advantageous about this particular community because you're basically getting something that you're not really paying for.
Right.
I'm sure they have discounted memberships and things like that, but a lot of people go, oh, is there a restaurant at the clubhouse? No, there's not a restaurant here in this community's amenities, but you get one and you don't really have to pay for some of it.
But let's talk about, this particular golf course, Mystic Dunes.
Let's talk about the gorgeous 3-tiered
Oh, yeah,
foxtail
those are beautiful.
palms.
Gracious sakes.
Lovely. Anyway, yes.
That reminds me, we promised to do it on coffee time, a palm tree thing. So I gotta get that together.
Shoot me with the models, yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, dokes. I got you.
Because they're over there.
The model's right here.
What?
The model's right here.
Oh, yeah, okay, duh. I'm like, we went that way before. I got confused. I'm not real
I know
bright.
where I am.
Okay. So, Mystic Dunes.
Yes.
Well, since we're coming to the models, tell me about, so who's the builder?
Yeah.
Who's,
So,
are they still building?
They
Et
are.
cetera, et
So
cetera?
this is Hovnanian. This is the builder. And this community is definitely like on the tail end-ish of the development and of the new construction aspect. But it's really, really lovely. I love all of the floor plans. This is probably one of the most gorgeous 55-plus communities. The amenities are off the chart wicked awesome. And again, the community itself aesthetically is just gorgeous. So what I love, you can look over here. I'm just going to do a loopy right here.
Yeah.
You can see there's the sales center, which eventually will be a model. The other models are over here. You can see all of the different floor plans. Over here to the right are their villas, the little duplexes.
Now,
So
used
they
to be the model, but they sold them, clearly, because it says private residence.
private residence, yep. So they're out of those. But what I really liked about theirs, I remember this, and we still have the videos, by the way.
We do.
What I really liked about their villas is they showed one with standard builder grade,
that was
and the
cool.
one that was the mirror image had upgrades. So you really could see kind of what a builder, upgrade looks like. So you could just take a look. You got the St. Thomas. You got what's the one down there? Do you remember the Dominica? You got the St. Lucia, and you've got the Balfour.
So, but
Balfour.
so when we went to Sandals, Emerald Bay, right? That's always to me the feel of this model center. It's very
Absolutely.
tropical, very like. Now we're here in Kissimmee. We're very close to Disney. We're very close to the touristy stuff. But the way you have to get back here, it's not tourist active at all.
It's not.
Because in fact you have to kind of go past it and come around Sinclair Road to kind of get a feel for it. So
Correct.
So
I'm going to go down to the amenities now.
55. Whether or not you want to live in a 55 plus community is a subject for another video, which we have done, but we'll do again because it's an interesting thing. But I want to talk today about golf courses.
Good.
First of all, Amy, it's hotter than hell. So
It's so hot.
The reason you're not seeing anybody play golf on this course is because it's currently closed. But the reason you're not seeing people play golf other places is because it's hotter than hell. But so this course, this was part of the Mystic Dunes Hilton Vacation Club thing, right? They just closed down recently, and so we talked to a couple of different people about listings here. And I think, would it be safe to say there was a bit of concern among the residents about what was going to happen with the golf course?
I think that's true for any community that is built on or around a golf course. If you have home sites that are golf course views, and then the golf course then closes, and that happens, by the way, quite a bit. So it's always, I think, a concern. And yes, I think fair to say that people that lived on these once beautiful, green, thriving courses. But they will be again, and that's the great news.
And so on the website for the golf course, they have video of them kind of, getting the fairways all mowed down and the greens restructured.
I'm going to go in there
after
I look around.
Right there.
I'm going to look around first, though.
Now, here's an interesting thing, though. This is the new section. You see the construction signs and things. So this is the newest section, and I guess probably the final section.
Yes.
These houses are new-ish. Not everything you're looking at now was built within the last year.
It's the last little section.
But I mean, look how beautiful it is. It's just so nice, and I love the divided road.
And the beautiful. I mean, look at the beautiful landscaping that is in the median there.
Whoopsie. Oh, nice. There's a thing. He has rocks. Okay. Sometimes you don't have enough rocks, but they have enough rocks. Shout out to Bernie and Barbara.
Yes, hello.
Living somewhere nearby here. Go Knights, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Golden Knights. Anyway, go get that.
Yeah.
So, again, look on and on, and these houses are all new.
Yeah,
they're all new.
Beautiful. And by the way, they have beautiful views. Like, I've got clients up and down on either side of this, and, some of the views are spectacular.
Yeah, so back behind us, these houses, it's a golf course. And then,
the street lights are pretty. See how pretty the street lights are?
And over here is a house that Davey and his wife bought that has the most beautiful tree I've ever seen in my entire life. And I would come to take pictures of the thing, and I'd look at the tree and be like, So we promised to talk about golf courses.
We did.
And
by the way,
we
there's
got carried away
another entrance exit back over here, which is nice to know.
So, back to the idea of living on a golf course. So this golf course is... Oh, my camera fell down.
Oh, no.
Let's give the people what they want, Amy.
All right.
I got to set it back up because we can't.
I'll pull over here a little bit.
So tell people, if you're considering working on a golf course, living on a golf course.
Great.
So talk about the course itself. Like, do you want to live on a golf course?
Right. So I think that's really important. You know, first of all, that's one of our first questions is, do you play golf? Right. I think that matters a lot, because if you're going to I have to scoot just a little bit because there's a truck beside me, so I just make sure I can get past me.
I think my camera's pointed up a little bit, but we'll let it ride.
So the first thing is do you play golf? Are you going to be able to take advantage of the golf course that surrounds you? That's just a question for you. The other aspect is, you know, the view. So some people want to be on a golf course because they want the view. Right? They just want no one behind them. They'd love to be able to just to watch people play golf. And that kind of leads to one of the things that you're more familiar with, which is where in the golf course would be preferable.
So number one, the course itself, you mentioned. So are there people playing on the course? But I want to before we get to where on the hole, I want to ask you a question. I was busy with my camera that's now open, but whatever. Why does it matter if the course is active? Like, what's the danger of the course not being active? And I'm speaking about, you know, some courses like this one that is now being refurbished. What happens if it's not active and goes away?
Well, if it's not active and goes away, here's the challenge. Is it not active and it goes away and it becomes a weed pool?
Right.
And it's no longer maintained. And it is expensive to maintain a golf course. It's expensive to mow a golf course. And there have been golf course communities, not this one, where it has been a very real issue. Your property value can be affected by the fact that you once had this lush, beautiful view of the green behind you, and now it is overrun with weeds. So that could be a concern or a question. But when these courses are then, you know, repurchased and refurbished and back up and running, it's a fantastic thing for many, many, many people.
But if it goes away, then you have no control over what it becomes. It could just be weeds, and in some cases, that would be better. Then sometimes they build a big apartment building on a, you know, or they open it up for more houses. Then it causes construction and road things. It's people don't like to have the unknown. That's all. So, by the way, tennis courts, not pickleball courts.
Yeah, I'm just going through the amenity center parking lot. And again, for this specific community, again, we're at Four Seasons. And I will say all 55 plus communities have wonderful amenities. This to me is just like above and beyond. And above and beyond, I mean by this exactly. You can't really see it. There's a little, what do you call it? Bocce ball? But what's over here are two pools. They have a pool for the residents, excuse me, and then they have another pool beside it for your grandchildren or guests.
Oh, nice.
So anyone that is not 55 or older, they have a special pool for you. So they don't want you to not have your grandchildren visit you.
That.
Yeah, it's two pools. And they have like just crazy awesome amenities. They have like card rooms, craft rooms, full service kitchen. They have cooking classes, dance classes, exercise classes. I mean, just everything.
Mailboxes.
Kiosks.
Here's the thing. That's not the golf club.
No.
That's the amenity center.
That's the
I get confused every time I come here. I think that's the golf club.
No.
That's the amenity center.
No, that's the amenities.
All that was amenities for living here.
For living here, correct. And like if you just kind of look out and about, I mean, again, I love communities with golf courses. I think they're fantastic. The key is just what you said, though, Eric. I was going to say honey, and then I figured.
Well, go real slow here if there's nobody behind you. Because by the way, so this is a golf hole right here, right? So this is a tee box. They're just refurbishing it. This is the tee box. It's way back to hit on a hole there. Okay, so I just want you to look at that. But now you can go.
And by the way, when I talked about this community and that restaurant, I just full disclaimer, I don't know if the restaurant is going to reopen, but originally that was one of the really sweet things about this particular
I am certain
community.
that it will.
I would imagine that it would. There's the club.
There's the club over there. Yeah.
But you can get to it via the golf course golf cart route. Did it go again?
It fell out.
But you can't get to it like you just have to go out to the main road and then over. But you can get to it via the golf cart.
So go that way and see if we can get there the other way, because we'll have to get there some way.
Sure.
Anyway.
So tell me some other things.
Okay,
about
so
the
let's talk
golf
about
course.
So choose the golf course that you live on wisely.
Yeah.
Now, the nicer the golf course, the more expensive it's going to be to live on the golf course, generally speaking. So, all things to consider. If you talk about Bella Collina up at the thing, that is a beautiful, amazing golf course. The monthly HOA there that includes the golf course membership is
pretty pricey.
Just shy of $1,000 a month, right?
There's two different fees. Yes.
So, anyway, so But
No.
I want to talk to you about, like, and so you look there. So imagine you had a house right here. That used to be a big bunker that had all sand in it and was beautiful.
Do you want me to go out here and explore? I don't want to because I don't want to come back in through the gate.
Yeah, you're right.
So.
That used to be just a big bunker. It was beautiful, whatever. You got a green-filled algae pond there. So some of these houses used to look out on something that was a little more beautiful. So that's why
it's gonna be there again.
Yeah, like there's a cool bunker there with a
Right.
wall on it. That's a cool golf course,
Right.
and will be again when they refurbish it. Now, their website claims they're opening in 2 months.
Right. So
I'm not sure.
well, but here's the thing. So golf course community conversation number 1. This community conversation number 2.
Yeah.
So based on the homes, and this is where I'm like, okay, this is like a really good deal. So for any
Right.
of the people who are currently selling here in this community, this golf course is going to reopen. And when it reopens, those values are going to go back up. So if
Yep.
you were looking for a 55 plus
Yep.
community, and this is a perfect time to look here specifically in this one. Now, first of all, this community I love it. There's literally there's nothing in this community that concerns me.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, well, you may have once been looking at green and now you may be looking at, green that's not lush green.
Right.
It's
But
not.
it's you can see they're watering
They
it. That's
are.
a good
That's
sign.
what I'm saying. They're working on this. They're getting it back into great shape, and so there will be people playing on the course again. And that changes, then those property values pop right back up again.
And your listing is priced very, very well.
They're extremely well, and it's a
partly
great.
because it's been a little slower here when the golf course was closed.
Right.
But to your point, when the golf course opens,
Right.
all that value coming right back.
And where are we when it comes time for? I'm gonna go this way just because we didn't
Yeah,
go
sure.
through it yet. And where are we in the time of the year? We are now getting ready for the fall. We are getting ready for the time of year where the snowbirds, we so affectionately call them,
Yep.
like to go, you know what? I would like to be somewhere else warm for the holiday
Yep.
season. And they purchase their second or their vacation home here. And this is why this is an absolute, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited about it.
Imagine the demand for this community when there's 3 feet of snow in Buffalo.
Oh yeah,
Right.
well, and
So-
when the golf course is
Yeah.
back again, but it's an opportunity to purchase maybe a better deal than it would have been,
Yep.
before.
Yeah.
But not that it's not going to get there again. In fact, I'm sure it's gonna pop right back. But I love this community very
Yes.
much.
So on a golf course.
On a golf course, yes.
So I always think too about, we always recommend to our clients, think about where you are on whatever golf hole you are on,
True,
right?
true. Yep.
A couple things. If you are right up on any part of the golf course, if you're thinking about do you want to be on the golf course, think about, are you someone that likes to sleep in? And the reason I say that is because they cut the grass on the golf course at 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Not that loud, not that big a deal. I'm sure it's something you get used to, but that's just something to think about, right? So if you're actually on the golf course,
Hello, some clients of mine.
yay! I was thinking the same thing. So think about that, right? Now on the actual hole, though, so I always kind of dreamed of living on a golf course where I can just sit in the back and watch. A good friend of my dad's was like, I just want to retire and watch the golfers and get a house on the golf course and watch the golfers come in. I had a thinking spot on the 17th hole at Kiln Creek
Yep.
in Newport News. That would be where I'd go and I'd sit and just think. But it was a par 3, and I'd sit and just watch them hit the ball because it's par 3. So, but if you want to watch golf, you want to be by the green, because you want to at least be able to see the green coming in, because if you're at the tee box and they're hitting off in the other direction, you see them hit, but then it's
Yeah,
just
then it's it.
right. That tee box is going to be louder, right? Because if things get backed up, they're going to be sitting there
Waiting.
talking, waiting, whatever, BSing,
Good point,
like we
right.
do when we have to play golf. So